Now on CoastTV News.
The stormy weather has moved to our east this morning. We got a couple of windy days on the way. It will be cooler as well for Delmarva. Weekend is looking decent at this point. I'll have the details coming up.
Rain wreaks havoc. We hear how people living on Delmarva dealt with the storm and the power outages that came with it.
Car tracking controversy, why some Maryland state senators are attempting to ban monitoring devices.
Bridging beach and city, how officials are taking the next step in building a path over Route 1, connecting Milford and Slaughter Beach.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Thursday, March 6, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us for our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, we had wild weather less than 24 hours ago. Yeah. I lost power for a few hours.
You said that. I thought I was going to. I didn't, but
you were one of the lucky ones.
It
was out for a few hours, but here's the good news. When I checked the outages, the outage map this morning, nearly all of them on Delmarva resolved.
That is good to know, but Bob's going to tell us a little bit more about the aftermath of that storm, and it was wild. That's a great adjective to describe it. Good morning, Bob.
It certainly is. Good morning, Elisa and Matt. It was rocking and rolling yesterday afternoon with the wind and the rain. Surprisingly, not too many storm reports. I'll recap the storm coming up here in a little bit later on. But it is breezy and not too bad out the door this morning. 50 in Salisbury, 52 in Georgetown, 53 in Milton with 50s at the coast right now. Winds have shifted to the north and west, and they're getting pretty gusty as well, up to about 20 miles per hour, and they'll be getting even stronger as we go through the day. We're looking at, we'll call it mostly cloudy skies right now. Still some lingering showers across the eastern shore into Delaware. So might need the umbrella this morning, but we have another cold front pushing through as low pressure is moving away. And behind that system, we're looking at a breezy and chilly day. Here is Futurecast this morning. Once again, we can't rule out a stray shower as we go through the morning hours, as temperatures will be falling into the 40s with a northwesterly wind. And then we go into the latter part of the morning, and we could be still looking at a few showers. Then I think we'll see some afternoon sunshine as temperatures squeak into the low 50s, and it will be breezy, feeling colder with the wind. And we will be looking at those gusty west-northwest winds over 30 miles per hour this afternoon as it does cool down. And I'll have much more on the storm that we just saw and what to expect for the weekend coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
Okay, we look forward to that. Thank you, Bob. This morning, we're recovering from the heavy rain and damaging winds from Wednesday's storm. People who were on the roads, they had to deal with driving through deep puddles. Wind was a big issue, causing some homes to lose power. We just talked about that. Here is what one man told us about his situation in Milton.
Power is usually pretty reliable here, so it usually comes back within a half hour or so, but it hasn't. So now I'm going through the, get the portable generator going and plug in essentials, that kind of thing.
East of us on Delmarva, floodwaters hit the streets in Newark, New Jersey. The heavy rain almost took down trees, and on Wednesday night, the New Jersey Transit said rail service in and out of New York's Penn Station was delayed by up to an hour due to weather-related power issues in one of Amtrak's Hudson River tunnels.
Yeah, here's the other end of that. This is the sound of heavy rain moved through parts of New York. It caused flooding in several areas. You can see on your screen, rain poured right through the subway station ceiling.
In Maryland, there appears to be a preemptive strike by state Senate Republicans on a potential new tax. A bill is being debated this afternoon that would ban state and local governments from mandating tracking devices be installed on your car for the purpose of taxing you on how many miles you drive. Lower Shore Republican Mary Beth Carrozza is a co-sponsor to Bill 557, and Delaware considered a similar monitoring program 7 years ago. That one has now been implemented, and the Maryland bill is in the early stages. With Democrats holding a strong majority in both chambers of the General Assembly, it could be difficult to get that tracking ban approved.
New this morning, Delaware and Maryland taking aim at one of the initiatives that helped get Donald Trump elected as president. That would be DEI. Diversity, equity, inclusion. Trump's executive order on this ends preferential treatment in schools based on race. The attorneys general from Delaware and Maryland, Kathy Jennings and Anthony Brown, along with those in 13 other states, they sent out their guidance on the order, and this is for all schools that could be affected if they receive taxpayer money from the federal government. The attorneys general claim that these schools can still promote and seek out what they refer to as DEI experiences.
For nearly 2 years, Milford and Slaughter Beach have been working together to connect the towns. Town and city officials want to build a bicycle and walking pathway on Route 1. And on March 19th in Milford, the public is invited to learn about this project and some of the alternatives being considered to connect the two areas. This is happening from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Milford Public Works facility.
Also new this morning, BB Healthcare being named a maternity care access hospital. That's according to U.S. News and World Report. Here's what this means. BB will join 118 other hospitals that provide maternity care in areas that otherwise might not have access. The hospital says it's also been re-designated as baby-friendly. That's after a lengthy review process by the national accrediting organization, Baby Friendly USA.
We are learning more about Tidal Health's plans for a health campus in Millsboro. The CEO says the roughly $100 million campus will expand their primary care services in the area, as well as offer specialty services such as cardiology and ENT care.
We actually did a physician needs assessment recently, and it was quite fascinating. Our service area, which is about 7 counties these days, is growing twice the national average.
Tidal Health CEO says they will break ground on that campus in April, and the first building is expected to take around 18 months to complete.
Now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. This is the Capitol, and debate there on the Trump administration's efforts to eliminate what they are referring to as government waste, along with the impact of new tariffs. This as the man the president is tasked with identifying cuts to the bureaucracy, Elon Musk, met with congressional Republicans.
NBC's Alice Barr shows us how lawmakers and voters are responding to these new changes.
And we're making good progress.
President Trump's top advisor, Elon Musk, meeting with Republican lawmakers Wednesday night, seeking to reassure as elected officials in both parties hear from constituents angered over sweeping job and spending cuts.
We are all going to suffer from the consequences of these actions.
Republicans largely defending Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, discussing a possible package to codify the cuts into law.
He's helping us uncover all the spending and letting us know where the waste is.
While pointing to angst among veterans over looming cuts.
I wanted to make it crystal clear, and I did, that we have to make sure there's no degradation to veterans' benefits. And Elon Musk was crystal clear that there shall not be.
That as the Veterans Affairs Secretary announced plans to slash 15% of its workforce, up to 80,000 employees.
We're going to accomplish this without making cuts to health care or benefits.
Democrats skeptical, saying the harm will land on veterans.
A betrayal to the promise of our service members. It's going to mean longer wait times, fewer appointments.
All as the White House looks to limit tariffs, announcing a pause on the 25% tariffs for cars and auto parts coming from Mexico and Canada, after hearing directly from the big 3 automakers. But it's just a 1-month exemption before President Trump wants reciprocal tariffs on a broad swath of U.S. trading partners to kick in. Many American businesses bracing for a blow.
It's anticipated that the spring sales will be down significantly.
President Trump adamant short-term pain will be worth long-term gains for the U.S. economy. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News today.
Yeah, coming up, stranded seal safe. We have the latest animal to wind up on our coastal beaches and what to do if you encounter one.
Also, Milton Business Moves will tell you what you can expect from a new business park coming to the town.
But first, a former Bad Company band member now supporting kids and young adults through food and music on the coast. We'll show you that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, meet singer-songwriter Julie Derrick, whose storytelling and catchy hooks are winning fans from coast to coast. Plus, a sneak peek at her new album and summer tour plans. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where southern is heard as a scourging word and the skies are not cloudy all day.
For your home and your range. Bad boy. Power, performance, attitude.
Join America's favorite game.
You never know what's going to happen.
For the I can't believe it. And always for the unexpected.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
That's not it, but thank you.
Thursday at 7 on CoastTV.
The excitement returns.
The Jeopardy Invitational Tournament.
Players from the past are back.
Fantastic game.
Only one will emerge champion.
Who knows what's next?
Thursday at 7:30 on CoastTV.
Many of our viewers might be familiar with the name Paul Cullen. He's a local musician, has a lot of events, pretty well known around here. But did you know he used to be a bassist for a rock and roll group that is now nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? In this week's Coastal Connections, Brandon Ferguson introduces us to Cullen and shows us part of his life you might not be familiar with.
He like me can love to you.
Playing instruments was how it all started for Paul Cullen, now a part of a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominated band, Bad Company.
It's a long time coming, they sold over 40 million albums.
Before the popular rock band, Cullen found himself in the Sunshine State and was a part of his own band called the Boys of Summer.
I met him down in Florida, and that's how I got the job with the band. Is I was kind of hanging out with those guys, and the original bass player didn't want to go on tour, so they asked me. I went and auditioned and got the job after 2 songs and 2 pints of beer.
Cullen was a bassist for Bad Company from 1990 to 1994, touring across the country. The memorabilia he gathered from his time are still his prized possessions to this day.
Well, this was me back in 1991. I had long flowing black hair, and now I'm just happy I have hair. And then this was our tour jacket, leather jacket, Bad Company. That's the tour that I did, Holy Water. And that's one of my favorites. That's our U.S. Marshal badge. It has my name on there, Outlaw Paul. And then I got a gold record for helping promote Holy Water on that tour.
Fast forwarding over 30 years, Cullen fell in love with the coast and moved here in 2001, contributing to the community through Paul Cares, his nonprofit organization helping people achieve their musical and culinary dreams. For Cullen, starting Paul Cares was destiny, creating opportunities and memories like this one.
Alondra is going in May. She is a single mom, and she works for us, but she goes to Del Tech College for culinary. So we're sending her with her class to Italy for 10 days. So. Yeah, it's really, for me, it's been very heartwarming to be able to help and to pay it forward.
Nowadays, Cullen owns the Room at Cedar Grove, hosting 4 to 5 concerts a week, with all proceeds going towards his nonprofit. He is also a private chef who brings a little more than just cooking.
My happy place is when I show up to somebody's house and there's a party of 16 waiting for me, and I cook for them, pour wine, and I play a private concert for them afterwards.
One man, a few bands, and now food, all bringing people together. For Coastal Connections, I'm Brandon Ferguson.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Tired of your old tub? Imagine stepping into a brand new, modern walk-in shower designed for style, comfort, and safety. At Baths by Spicer Brothers, we make upgrading your bathroom easy. Our factory-certified team provides professional 5-star installation in as little as 1 day.
And with our price match guarantee and done right guarantee, you get the best service at the best price. Right now, save 20% on your entire bathroom project with payments as low as $79 a month.
Call Bats by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
Time for greatness.
Get more with DSN Plus. Subscribe today.
The 9th Annual Ocean City Film Festival is March 6th through the 9th. Enjoy 100 independent films and party with the stars. Help us welcome 2 local award-winning filmmakers, John Chester and Erica Messer. They'll be on stage at the OC Performing Arts Center commentating on their film, The Biggest Little Fawn. Tickets start at just $20. Make it a weekend and stay at the beach starting at only $59 per night. Get your passes at OCMDFilmFestival.com.
Everyone gather round, bring in a crowd.
The PGA Tour's best look to conquer 17.
Whoa, looking for seeing stars, watch and see what I'm about to do next. All eyes on this.
As Scotty sets his sights on a 3rd straight championship. Scheffler keeps on rolling. The Players on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Download the CoastTV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
Time is 5:16, and we're getting a live look at the lights along the canal in Lewis. Bob, great job yesterday tracking the system on Wednesday. What we are expecting. Dial it back.
I know.
Dial
Be
it.
humble.
I mean,
that's what my wife says.
All right, but you're looking at more gusty winds today too.
We are. Not to the degree like we saw yesterday, Matt. And those winds were strong yesterday. We had a peak gust to 60 miles per hour in Salisbury. Georgetown and Seaford both over 50 mile per hour gusts, 47 in Laurel. We had gusts of 42 in Lewis and Dagsboro. It was rocking and rolling. And we had some non-thunderstorm wind damage in Millsboro yesterday. We had some tree limbs down on power lines there, and then farther south associated with the storm in Ocean Pines, several trees down in the Ocean Pines area because those winds were so strong. We had a lot of rain too, almost 2 inches in Bethany Beach, an inch in 8500s in Milford. IR Inlet 1.81, 1.71 in Greenwood, with Georgetown at 1.68 inches, and a little over an inch and a third for Millsboro. So it was a soaker, it was a windy one, but now that system has passed to our east. We're looking at temperatures this morning in the low to mid 50s, so not all that bad as we're looking at northwesterly winds that are gusting now up to about 15 to 20 miles per hour, and they'll really start to crank up later in the day. Right now we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, still a stray shower around Cambridge and to our north as well, so we can't rule out a stray shower as we go through the morning hours. You can see a few more of those near the Richmond area right now, but there's another cold front that will come through. Eventually we will dry out with time as we have this trough over the Great Lakes, even some snow showers across the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. We're not going to see that, but cold and windy conditions around this area of low pressure today. So here's Futurecast this morning. We're falling back into the 40s. We'll see clouds and can't rule out a stray shower as we go through the mid-morning hours as the winds start to crank up. By the noon hour, we're into the upper 40s, and then by around 2 o'clock, we're in the low 50s from Salisbury to Georgetown and Millsboro, right around 47 in Dewey Beach. And this evening, you want to bundle up. It will be breezy and chilly with temperatures in the 40s. And then as we head into your Friday morning, I think we're seeing temperatures in the low 30s, but with the wind feeling like low to mid 20s. So you're going to want to bundle up. Friday, a good looking day, lots of sunshine, but still on the chilly side with temperatures in the afternoon into the lower 50s and maybe a few clouds as we go into the afternoon hours. Those winds picking up as we go through this afternoon. Look at this, 35 to 40 miles per hour. So windy, but not nearly as windy as yesterday, and still seeing gusty winds overnight. That will knock the feels like temperatures down into the 20s, and then still breezy to windy as we go into Friday with gusts of 25 to 30 miles per hour. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 54 today, mix of sun and clouds, still breezy into Friday with low 50s. Low 50s for the weekend, looking pretty good, especially Sunday with more sunshine. Remember, clocks go ahead 1 hour Sunday morning as daylight saving time begins. Good time to check the batteries in the CO and smoke detectors. And then nice warm up into next week, 60 Monday. By Wednesday, looking at 70 beautiful degrees. Umbrella giveaway winner today is Mason White from Salisbury. Congratulations to Mason for winning a new umbrella from Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling and Coast TV.
That's a good-looking stretch of weather. Thanks, Bob. We have more development to tell you about in Milton. This will be for 44 office buildings and a Royal Farms located on a lot across from the Food Line and the McDonald's. Some people in Milton we talked to are saying there is already enough development.
It's too much. It's getting to be too much in this town. I mean, I don't know what the planning board is thinking, but I don't know how much more land can be taken and traffic.
This is an ongoing story. Currently, no official completion date has been set yet.
Up next on Coast TV News today, stranded seal now safe. We'll show you the other recent rescues along our coast and how to help the animals before first responders get there. Don't go anywhere.
Bringing stuff to people at home that will change their lives or change the lives of the community is important. And while it's nice when we talk about the big national stories, the reason we're here is to connect people with what's going on right on Delmarva. And it's a very interesting community. It's not like a lot of other places, so you need that connection.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view. Soaring over the shore, Mondays on Coast TV News at 6. Sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Coverage on the road, along the coast, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
When it comes to coins and bullion, turn to the experts who can't be fooled. With the right equipment, you can be certain about your investment. At Robinson Family of Businesses, we use top-of-the-line equipment. The XRF scans your piece immediately and gives a detailed reading without leaving a mark. With the old methods, counterfeit coins can often appear real.
To learn more about Robinson's family of businesses, the coin and jewelry experts, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
With decades of serving our community, we're glad to be your trusted family business.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to VacuTrim.com.
Coming up, Drew's got a television exclusive with Meghan, Duchess of Sussex.
They're so romantic.
He's easy to love.
And they're so hot for each other.
Thursday at noon on Coast TV.
Stranded on the beach, people came together to save a seal in Fenwick Island. For 3 days, this harp seal was laying on the beach, which prompted the Marine Education, Research, and Rehabilitation Institute to jump in and take it to help.
We did know this animal was somewhat underweight. It didn't have enormous signs of ill health, but there can always be unknown underlying conditions.
According to Thurman, the harp seal is now being taken to the National Aquarium in Baltimore to be looked after.
And while seal season is in full swing here, you may be wondering what you should do if you happen to find one on the beach. The Mayor Institute reminds beachgoers that if you see any seals, be sure to call them, the Mayor Institute, as they could have underlying illnesses. Stay at least 150 feet away and keep dogs leashed.
And as you just saw, seal season is in full swing along the coast in February. We recently reported how this seal, better known as Montebello, was rescued from Dewey Beach and later returned to sea after some TLC.
Yeah, that same week, we got this young seal, Pisces, was rescued off the coast of Fenwick Island. Due to the extent of the pup's condition, he has since been taken to the National Aquarium in Baltimore for treatment and care.
Well, Matt, this morning when I was driving in, my car said it was 54 degrees outside. I think it's slightly better outside to spend some time. It's a little windy, but not like yesterday.
Oh, yes. Yesterday was in some intense wind. That's what I'm thinking, Elisa. Bob, I know you're looking at maybe a cooler day at the beaches compared to inland.
I think so. Cooler and windy, and we have a chance to dry things out. Keep in mind there's still a lot of puddles out there this morning. Gale warning in effect. This is for Delaware Bay and the Atlantic Ocean until 10 a.m. this morning. It's going to be choppy out there. Strong winds over 30 miles per hour later on. Ocean City and Fenwick Island, a mix of sun and clouds today. Temperatures into the upper 40s, maybe touching 50 in some of those spots. Lewis and Rehoboth were basically in the 40s, could touch 50, but the big story is the wind. It will be a windy trip, and lots of whitecaps on the way up to Cape May on the ferry. Cambridge, blustery today, upper 40s and upper 40s for Crisfield as well. We keep it pretty breezy into Friday, too, and the weekend right now, not looking too bad. I'll have more forecast details coming up in the next half hour.
On CoastTV News today, DEI direction. We'll tell you about the new guidance released by Maryland and Delaware leaders over the politically controversial topic.
Also, monitoring miles in Maryland and the preemptive pushback on a car tracking system designed to tax drivers.
And wild weather reactions. We'll show you the outcome of that thunderstorm on Delmarva and how some locals bunkered down or just enjoyed the noise. CoastTV News today. We'll be right back.
Look who's cooking for Sussex County Habitat for Humanity. Volunteer chefs from local realtors compete for the best appetizers, entrees, and desserts. And you can try them all. It's an evening of tasty treats, raffles, and door prizes at the St. Jude Parish Center on March 20th at 6 p.m. in Lewis. For more information about the event and to get your tickets, go to sussexcountyhabitat.org. We'll see you, Delmarva, at the Look Who's Cooking Challenge on March 20th in Lewis.
Coaches make a difference for their athletes and communities, and we want to honor them.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and donate $500 to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an additional donation to their program.
The coach can be from any sport at any level up to and including high school.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
Delmarva Sports Network's Coach Who Makes a Difference. Sponsored by Preston Automotive Group.
You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-453-9032. That's 1-800-453-9032. Call or visit getmonkeymagnets.com. So call 1-800-453-9032 now.
Now on Coast TV News.
The stormy weather has moved to our east this morning with a couple of windy and cooler days on the way for Delmarva. Weekend looking decent at this point. I'll have the details coming up.
Delmarva drenching. We look at the wild night and how people dealt with the rain and power outages.
Conservation concerns the effort to protect farms from heavy wind and rain.
Monitoring Maryland miles, the concern over the use of tracking data to tax drivers in the current attempt to stop it.
This is Coast TV News Today.
March 6, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we're approaching 5:29 on this Thursday morning, and we hope for a calmer Thursday because Wednesday night, well, that was wild with that storm.
I know. You said you lost power. I will say I do love the sound of rain hitting the window. I do like that, but it's never fun when you lose power. And Bob, today, still a little bit windy, but probably more manageable if you want to be outside.
I think so. Good morning, guys. Yeah, much more manageable. And that was a power washing from Mother Nature yesterday. My goodness, windy, rainy. Thankfully, no tornadoes yesterday. And now things continue to calm down. We're looking at low 50s out the door this morning. 50 in Salisbury, 52 in Georgetown, 53 in Rehoboth. I think we'll fall back into the 40s as we go through the next couple of hours as we have northwesterly wind bringing in cooler air. Right now, gusting 15 to 20 miles per hour. Those winds will be cranking up as we go through the day. Right now, we'll call it partly cloudy. There are still a few lingering showers around Cambridge up to Dover and even across eastern Virginia. Those could be moving in too. So a stray shower still possible this morning for the next hour or so. Then we start to dry out as we get into a breezy northwest flow as we go into the afternoon. Here's Futurecast this morning. Cameron will have that stray shower with 40s. It's going to feel cooler with that stronger wind. By noon or right about there, we're looking at temperatures around 50 degrees and then low 50s as we go into the 2 o'clock hour, but feeling cooler with the wind. Maybe if the power washing from Mother Nature didn't get the grime off your car, you want to go to the car wash. We're looking good the next 3 days.
Thank you, Bob. And Delmarva is recovering from the heavy rainfall and damaging winds experienced during Wednesday night's thunderstorm, and those who were on the roads had to deal with the driving through deep puddles that filled the road.
Yeah, wind was a big issue, causing some homes to lose power for an extended period of time. We talked a little bit about that. CoastTV News reporter Brendan Conray shows us how people were just making the most of the wild weather.
Power coming in and out.
That was power for a minute. They had green lights. You saw that, right?
And plenty of rain and wind all across the coast. Wednesday's storm left roads and streets submerged in water. The wind, on the other hand, was the reason some neighborhoods in Milton lost power. Paul Olson lives in Cannery Village. Luckily, he and his wife were prepared.
Power is usually pretty reliable here, so it usually comes back within a half hour or so, but it hasn't. So now I'm going through the, get the portable generator going and plug in essentials, that kind of thing.
He says without it, they would be completely in the dark, and he's glad he saved it for a rainy or windy day.
Everyone in the neighborhood struggles with poor cell coverage, so when you lose your internet and Wi-Fi, you're in the dark.
Heather Ryenstar and her daughter Robin made the most of the outage, and despite some rain, went for a walk with their furry friend Dash.
We lit all the candles, and we like to go camping, so we have a lot of camping lanterns, headlamps. We got out all the lanterns and headlamps, and we played a good board game.
While the power came back on, the rainwater stayed. What I want to do now is show you just how deep this water actually is. I have a straw from my lunch earlier today, but first I'm going to use my boot to show you. When I step in here, it is fully submerged. If it weren't for that boot, my feet and socks would both be drenched. Thankfully, they're dry right now. Let's take our trusty straw, and as you can see, the straw gets about halfway in there, so there's about that much water all over the roads that drivers have to navigate through. As the rain slows down and power has been restored, it's only a matter of time until the next storm rolls in. For CoastTV News, I'm Brendan Conroy.
Another concern about the heavy rain and winds on Wednesday was the effect it would have on farms. Weather like that can cause precious soil to wash away, and one of the ways to help prevent that is encouraging our farmers to plant cover crops. This was the big topic at this week's Sussex Conservation District workshop. Cover crops are vegetation like rye and winter wheat, and it is a priority program in Delaware.
It all doesn't just wash off into, our local waterways and streams, polluting those and taking the nutrients with them. Cover crops really allow those crops to pick up any excess nutrients that are left in the fall, hold them in that crop so that they're available when the farmers go to plant in the spring.
And Bear tells CoastTV that cover crops receive the largest amount of funding for any program from the federal government.
New this morning, concern in Maryland over the state government tracking where you drive and then taking that information to tax you. It's the reason Lower Shore Senator Republican Mary Beth Carrozza is co-sponsoring a bill that attempts to stop just that. A hearing is scheduled on Bill 557 this afternoon in the Senate's Budget Taxation Committee. If approved, the legislation would block state and local governments from mandating tracking devices be installed on privately owned vehicles for the purpose of taxing how many miles are driven. Delaware did consider a similar monitoring program 7 years ago. That one has not been implemented.
Happening now, Delaware and Maryland are taking aim at one of the initiatives that helped get Donald Trump elected as president, and that would be DEI. That's diversity, equity, inclusion. Trump's executive order ends preferential treatment in schools based on race. The attorneys general from Delaware and Maryland, Kathy Jennings and Anthony Brown, along with those in 13 other states, they sent out their guidance on this order. This is for all schools that could be affected if they receive taxpayer money from the federal government. The attorneys general claim that these schools can still promote and seek out what they refer to as DEI experiences.
For nearly 2 years, Milford and Slaughter Beach have been working together to connect the two communities. Town and city officials want to build a bicycle and walking pathway on Route 1 and on March 19th in Milford. The public is invited to learn about this project and some of the alternatives being considered to connect the areas. This is happening from 6 p.m. at Milford Public Works facility. And we are now taking a live look at the U.S. Capitol, and Trump is taking on concerns over DOJ cuts and impacts of newly imposed tariffs. This as the man the president has tasked with identifying those cuts, Elon Musk, met with congressional Republicans who are facing growing anger from voters being impacted by these fees. Republicans are largely depending on the government efficiency, while Democrats skeptical over the changes. All this as the White House looks to limit harm from new tariffs, announcing a pause on 25% tariffs for cars and auto parts coming from Mexico and Canada. After hearing directly from Big Three automakers.
He's helping us uncover all the spending and letting us know where the waste is.
A betrayal to the promise of our service members. It's going to mean longer wait times, fewer appointments.
President Trump is adamant these short-term pain will be worthwhile in the long run for the U.S. economy.
Got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, climate conversations in Delaware. We'll tell you about the summit that took place in Dover this week.
Also, ticket to title game as we go from 4 to 2 programs remaining in the bid to win the Delaware Girls Basketball State Championship.
And fun at Film Festival. We'll tell you what to expect from this year's Ocean City Film Festival as it kicks off today. Stay with us on CoastTV News Today.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, meet singer-songwriter Julie Derrick, whose storytelling and catchy hooks are winning fans from coast to coast. Plus, a sneak peek at her new album and summer tour plans. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the CoastTV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro. The natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
The Salisbury Stakes are serving up some smokin' soccer action on the Delmarva Sports Network. Feel the fire as the stakes grill their opponents and sear the competition. They're bringing the heat, from hot goals to sizzling saves. It's the perfect recipe for soccer excitement. Don't miss their flavor-packed season. Get your soccer well done. Watch the Salisbury Stakes, only on the Delmarva Sports Network and the DSN app.
We're seeing choppy conditions on our Hershey exteriors cam this morning. Some clouds, some breaks in the clouds too. 53 will be a breezy and cool day. 52 in Delmarva right now. Milton 53, Bethany Beach and Rehoboth both checking in with 53 degrees as the winds are getting gusty at times, gusting close to 20 miles per hour in Millsboro. As we're looking at, well, quiet conditions across Sussex County, we're seeing a few showers around Cambridge, up farther to the north near Dover, also eastern Virginia. Some of these stray showers could wander in here as we go through the next couple of hours. Otherwise, we're looking at dry conditions as we go through the day as we get into a northwesterly flow. Here's your drivecast this morning. Heads up for large puddles. I saw those coming into work this morning, and also a few scattered showers are possible. I gave it the yellow light, and then the yellow light this afternoon and this evening for gusty winds. Make sure you have 2 hands on the wheel. It will be cool as well. Call the CoastTV First Alert weather phone. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by Brockstead Mandalis Federico.
New this morning, an annual fundraiser back along the coast. Do More 24 Delaware kicks off tonight. What this is an initiative that promotes 24 hours of giving to nonprofits. And some of the nonprofits include the Brandywine Valley SPCA, Camp Rehoboth, and the Cape Henlopen Senior Center. The giving is scheduled to start tonight at 6.
Also happening today, if you're a fan of movies, you can head to Ocean City for the 9th Annual Film Festival. The event kicks off today and will feature screenings of films across various venues in OC. Along with screenings, this year you can expect Q&A sessions with filmmakers, panels, and special events. The festival will last until Sunday.
Okay, how about this? If you love the crack of the bat, roar of the crowd, and also the comfort of watching that all in your own living room, we got some news for you. The Delmarva Sports Network and the Delmarva Shorebirds, that's the Baltimore Orioles single-A affiliate based out of Salisbury, are announcing that after a successful partnership last season, the two are teaming up again, and this time they're bringing you even more games. You can watch them for free right on your television. Shorebirds General Manager Chris Betters is excited to bring more baseball to more fans.
Riley delivers. That's roped over to third, and it's going to get through the hole for a base hit.
We appreciate the relationship we have with DSN and being able to really reach our fans where they're at. We know the reality is that coming to 66 Shorebird games probably isn't realistic for most people. While we have our troopers that are out most nights, being able to connect with our fans when they're at home in the comfort of their living room is a great opportunity to keep reinforcing our partnership and the opportunity with the Shorebirds and have them continue their relationship with our players and our product.
So this year we've increased from 15 games to 25 games. We'll have 25 throughout the season, starting with the home opener here in April and concluding with the season finale in September, and then we'll have multiple other games over the course of the season.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. Sanford and St. Elizabeth with a shot to advance to the DIAA Girls Basketball State Finals. Let's get to the action. In the first quarter, the shot from Naomi Allen bounces off the rim and right into the net, giving the Warriors their first points of the night, 2-0 Sanford. Shortly after, Tanaya Reese of St. Elizabeth nails a three-pointer, putting the Vikings ahead 5-2. Then Tori Richardson of the Vikings drives in and puts in two. St. Elizabeth up 7-2 now. Still in the first quarter, Richardson from the corner nails a triple for the Vikings, making the score 14-4. Second quarter, Jada Snow of Sanford lets it fly, and nothing but net. Warriors down by 5. Sanford trying to keep it going. Asia Adams launches a three and drills it. Sanford trailing by 2 now. To the third quarter, Jada Snow knocks it down from Tripletown, tying the score at 23, and she wasn't done. Snow now in the center and makes it rain threes. Sanford taking the lead 26-23. Later in the third, Tori Richardson battles through contact and gets the bucket to go, knotting it up at 26. And here comes more Richardson, laying it in for St. Elizabeth, putting them ahead 28-26. To the fourth quarter of action, Tanaya Reese of St. Elizabeth with the rock and sails into, giving the Vikings a 32-26 lead. Next up, Ellie Carter Serrano of Sanford knocks it down from beyond the arc as the Warriors trail by 7. But St. Elizabeth goes on to win 40-31, advancing to the Delaware State Finals. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
And here's what's coming up tonight on DSN. Maryland High School girls postseason basketball when Parkside hosts Kent Island, and then catch a full recap of tonight's action on the Final Score. That's at 10:30.
If you're having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up right now for free at coasttv.com and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
We're starting to see some daylight on the dry tech cam in Ocean City. 52, it's breezy. It's going to be a breezy day as the stormy weather has moved to the east. It will be cooler as well for the next few days, and the weekend not looking too bad. I'll have your forecast details coming up in just 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
The Harry K Foundation presents its annual chocolate crawl on Saturday, April 26th in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Enjoy delectable chocolate creations and then vote for your favorite to win top prize. For tickets and info, visit harrykfoundation.org/events.
Middays with April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through my workday.
She plays my favorite songs.
She helped me find my furry friend.
She's always making me smile.
Listening to April is the best way to get through my workday.
She makes me feel special.
Middays with April, weekdays 10 to 3 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Dorchester County Office of Tourism.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
Turn your home into a masterpiece with Artwork Painting. Local professional painters at an affordable price.
Artwork Painting did an excellent job with our house. We were really happy with all of the pieces of work they did, the drywall work, the walls, the trim. I would definitely recommend Artwork Painting for your house.
Artwork Painting treats our customers and their homes with care, delivering quality work and experiences. Call Artwork Painting now for a free same-day estimate. Artwork Painting, keeping Southern Delaware beautiful inside and out.
Victory isn't just the finish line, it's the fire that drives us. Seizing opportunities, rising to challenges, and never backing down. At the Delmarva Sports Network, we celebrate the wins, big and small. We honor the hustle, the heart, and the heroes. Because DSN is where local teams become legends. It's where champions shine, and every victory inspires the next. Delmarva Sports Network, local teams, big dreams.
The time is now 5:46 and we are taking a live look outside into Ocean City this morning. And Bob, slightly milder conditions today if you want to walk around in an area like Ocean City. Yesterday afternoon I saw people walking and they got stuck in the rain. I felt really bad for them.
Yeah, a little messy yesterday for sure, Lisa. We had the wind and the rain and very mild temperatures too. And as far as that rain goes, boy, it was a soaker out there. Bethany Beach, almost 2 inches of rain for you. Milford and Indian River Inlet, both over 1.8 inches. Greenwood 1.71, 1.68 in Georgetown, a little over 1.33 inches in Millsboro, and we had a lot of wind too. Salisbury had a gust of 60, Georgetown 52, Seaford had a gust of 51 miles per hour, Laurel 47 and gusts over 40 in Lewis and Dagsboro, and some damage reports, a non-thunderstorm wind damage outside of Millsboro. Large tree limb was down on a power line. That was yesterday afternoon, and then one with the storm, a thunderstorm wind damage report in Ocean Pines. Several trees down in that area. Not surprising with those very strong winds and some of the heavier rain. It's cool now, 50 in Salisbury, 52 in Redmond, but not especially cold, 52 in Ocean City. Rehoboth right now at 51 as the winds are beginning to pick up out of the northwest and they're getting gusty around 15 to close to 20 miles per hour, gusting to 17 in Georgetown and Millsboro. As we're seeing some clouds and some stars as well right now into Sussex County, but still some lingering clouds and maybe a few light showers from Cambridge up to Dover right now. We still have one more cold front that's making its way through. Still a few showers east of Richmond, Virginia. Could be clipping areas around Salisbury, southern tip of Delmarva here in the next hour or two. Otherwise, we will dry it out. We have a big area of low pressure across the Great Lakes and a strong northwesterly flow. Even snow into the mountains of West Virginia and into the Great Lakes. We're not going to see that, but we'll see the cooler air and the breezy conditions around that area of low pressure pressure the next couple of days. Here's Futurecast this morning. Can't rule out a stray shower around 9 a.m. from Berlin up to Lewis. Otherwise, temperatures falling through the 40s in the next couple of hours and becoming blustery too. I think we'll see those clouds clear out a little bit by the noon hour with temperatures in the upper 40s, maybe bouncing back into the lower 50s around 2 o'clock, 52 around Selbyville, 51 in Lewis, but feeling cooler with the stronger winds. And we're looking at temperatures this evening into the 40s, but feeling colder with that wind. And overnight, we're falling through the 30s, but with that wind feeling like 20s by Friday morning. And we're seeing lots of sunshine for your Friday, but it will be breezy once again with some clouds and temperatures into the lower 50s. That's actually average for this time of year. Winds picking up as we go into the afternoon, gusting 35 to close to 40 miles per hour. So we had to secure those outdoor objects yesterday. Probably do that again this afternoon as we're looking at the gusty winds continuing into Friday, making you feel a little cooler. Some of those winds gusting over 25 miles per hour. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 54 today, cooling down to 33 tonight, back to 53 on Friday. Right now, the weekend not looking bad, lower 50s, partly cloudy Saturday. Clocks go ahead 1 hour Sunday morning as daylight saving time begins. It's going to stay light till after 7 p.m. now. And make sure you check the batteries also in the CO and smoke detectors. Always a good idea this time of year. Getting mild next week, 60 Monday, and then by Wednesday, mostly sunny up to 70 degrees.
Thank you, Bob. The impact of climate change is being felt across the world, and states like Delaware are facing significant challenges. This week, the Delaware Resilience and Sustainable Communities League held its 8th annual summit in Dover. Data and trends were presented, focusing on rising sea levels, extreme weather, and increasing temperatures.
Trends are showing that, we're going to see more impacts going forward. So it's an economic issue, it's a livability issue. It just makes sense to invest.
The theme of this year's summit was adapting, innovating, and mitigating the impacts of Delaware's changing climate.
Happening today, South Bethany Police Department. They're partnering with the Delaware Department of Technology and Information to host a presentation on cybersecurity. Topics here include how to identify scams, avoid being a victim, and how to stay safe online. This will take place from 1 to 3 p.m. at the South Bethany Town Hall.
This morning, Georgetown officials will continue to investigate the cause of this smoky scene from Wednesday afternoon. The Georgetown Fire Company responded to an outside fire on Pepper Road just before 3 p.m. The Millsboro Fire Company also responded to help put out the blaze.
Here's a case of road rage in Milford ending with one driver in handcuffs. Delaware State Police say 45-year-old Jason Boyd from Lincoln University in Pennsylvania is facing charges after police say he was tailgating in Milford Man. This was on Bay Road on Tuesday. The Milford driver suddenly hit the brakes, causing Boyd's truck to crash into him. This is when police say both drivers pulled into a parking lot. Boyd pepper sprayed the other driver. Police say Boyd is facing assault charges. The other driver was cited for reckless driving.
Starting to see some daylight out there right now on the Irish Ice Cam. More clouds than blue skies right now. 49, breezy, and the storminess is gone. It's going to be a breezy and cooler day for Delmarva, and that's going to continue the next few days. The weekend looking decent, and then 70 degrees is possible next week. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays, anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go, with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
The 9th Annual Ocean City Film Festival is March 6th through the 9th. Enjoy 100 independent films and party with the stars. Help us welcome 2 local award-winning filmmakers, John Chester and Erica Messer. They'll be on stage at the OC Performing Arts Center commentating on their film, The Biggest Little Fawn. Tickets start at just $20. Make it a weekend and stay at the beach starting at only $59 per night. Get your passes at OCMDFilmFestival.com.
Come home to Crawl Street Tavern, where everyone's a local. Home to the Crawl Daddy Light Craft Beer. Start your day off right with breakfast classics. Indulge in your favorite pub grub, amazing wings, and killer crab cakes. Live music every weekend. Located on Waikamago Street, just steps away from the Ocean City Boardwalk.
For your home and your range, Bad Boy mowers will tame any terrain.
Give me a home.
Designed with advanced engineering and fueled by power that's second to none.
And the skies are dark cloudy all day. Home on the range.
Bad Boy, mow with an attitude.
Did you tell her you were going to pay June's rent?
He laughed in my face and said, good luck getting any money.
Loads of debt and debris are left behind.
There was 5,000 pounds of trash.
I would have got my things if she did not attack me.
I never attacked her.
Yes, you did. I have a police report right here, lady.
And there's more to patch up.
What is this?
That's her kids doing the damage on the roof.
I have 5 children. I never saw them on the roof.
Next, Judge Judy.
Thursday at 2 on CoastTV.
A peaceful night for the Pope with lots of rest. That's according to the Vatican, who gave an update on the 88-year-old pontiff's health. This comes as he did not lead the Ash Wednesday service. And after being taken off of the ventilator Sunday, Pope Francis suffered 2 episodes of acute respiratory failure on Monday. The Vatican says he was placed back on the ventilator, but he remains alert.
A Biden administration appointed federal judge said President Trump's efforts to cut federal funding for public health research was likely unlawful. On Wednesday, Judge Angel Kelly issued a new preliminary injunction. The temporary court order projects that a loss of life would result if cuts were enforced and research trials were suspended. The Department of Health and Human Services is yet to respond to this ruling.
The Trump administration has dropped a lawsuit over a rule that would protect abortion access in a medical emergency. The suit was filed by the Biden administration. Last year, the Supreme Court left in place a temporary court order that allows Idaho hospitals to provide abortions when a pregnancy endangers a woman's life. Wednesday, the Department of Justice dropped the lawsuit. Idaho is one of the dozens of states that bans abortion at all stages of pregnancy. And the time is now 5:55, so we're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today we got plural here, coastal pets. Look at them on your screen. They are enjoying a well-deserved spa day. We have Ella and Pumpkin. As you can see, they're looking prim and proper after a day of being pampered. And these beauties were submitted to us by Tatiana in Ocean View.
We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
Yeah, you can scan that QR code at the top there, and that way you can get your friends to us at Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
And it is 5:56. We're going to take another look at our forecast after dealing with yesterday's wild storm.
Yeah, Bob, rain moving out, but the winds are still here.
Yeah, the winds are still here, but not nearly as strong as yesterday. Yesterday, we were rocking and rolling with the rain and wind. We'll still have the wind today, but it does dry out. Can't rule out a stray shower this morning, so keep the umbrella handy. Then I think we'll see more sun, a mix of sun and clouds today. Temperatures in the 40s and low 50s, but feeling much cooler with the breeze. I'm optimistic. I'm going a high of 54 today. Paul Davis 10-day forecast down to 33 tomorrow morning. And we're in the lower 50s Friday right through the weekend with a mix of sun and clouds as clocks go ahead 1 hour Sunday morning. And then a warm up into next week. We're starting at 60 on Monday with sunshine. And by Wednesday, ooh, nice taste of spring, 70 degrees. Maybe some spring showers by Thursday, 68. And then I think we're looking quiet for the end of next week into the weekend with temperatures in the 50s. And by Saturday, around 63. Not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks, Bob. Coming up in our next hour, driver tracking debate. Why there is concern over a possible tax tied to monitoring your driving in Maryland. That and more as we continue with Coast TV News today.